It is exactly 7 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to our second hour of news and views right here on Salam Media. We're now going to be talking with Dr. Abdul-Karim Elgoni. He is a Sudanese political commentator. He's based here in Johannesburg, and we are looking at the situation in Sudan, which seems to be spiraling out of control. Rights activists and local responders have said that scores of civilians have been killed at sites across Sudan in the past week as the army escalates airstrikes nearly 18 months into its war with the paramilitary rapid support forces. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome, Dr. Abdul-Karim Elgoni. And please do respond to my opening statement a minute ago.
Thank you very much for handling the issues of Sudan, and I am very happy that you are looking at Sudan issues. Yes, it is true. There was an escalation of war in the last few weeks to the degree that the head of the rapid support forces accused the Egyptian government of bombing his troops in Sudan. Many people have died in the last few weeks for three reasons. One, the areas where the army has recaptured from the rapid support forces, they collected a number of youth who were serving the displaced people and making food for them, accusing them of collaborating with the rapid support forces. So they said to them, why are you staying in the rapid support forces areas? You must be collaborating with them. And they killed many of them actually arbitrarily without any legal process. This is one. The second is that, yes, it is true. Many people have died in an area in central Sudan near Sennar, where the army retook a very strategic point called Jabal Moya from the rapid support forces. And in both situations, many lives have been lost and infrastructure was destroyed. And we hope that this war stops because people have suffered so much because of it.
So, Dr. Elgoni, just for those people watching and listening to us this morning, not understanding what this conflict is all about, can you give us some context between the army and the RSF?
You see, how do I put it to you? Al-Bashir, who was deposed in the revolution in 2019, was scared of his colleagues in the army that they will have a coup against him. So he created a paramilitary force and gave it an official role, creating going to parliament, enacting an act, and signing the act, making it as legal as the army itself, and called it the Rapid Support Forces, so that he prevents any coup against him. He wanted to stay in power, but unfortunately, the revolution in 2019 deposed al-Bashir, and the Rapid Support Forces decided not to start with government, but to start with the revolution. And that made the supporters of the previous regime unhappy in the army, and they decided to fight with their other component of the army, which is the Rapid Support Forces. The whole thing is they don't want the revolution to succeed. They don't want democracy in Sudan. They wanted to continue with the dictatorial regime of al-Bashir. And this is the main context of this war in Sudan. Unfortunately, because it is a war, everyone will try to get as many friends as possible. So the Rapid Support Forces is looking for who can support them with arms and ammunition and things. And the army is also looking for who can support them with arms, ammunition, and things. And this is where the regional and international powers got into the war in Sudan. So, for example, the army have said they are receiving arms from Iran, from Russia, and they are receiving support from Egypt and other countries, and Eritrea and other countries. And at the same time, although the Rapid Support Force is denying that it is receiving anything from international forces, but there is a lot of rumors that the UAE is supporting the Rapid Support Forces.
So, and at the end of the day, it's innocent civilians who are being killed and being displaced and suffering unimaginably. What is the feeling on the ground by the civilians? Who are they supporting? Would they prefer the army to rule Sudan or the RSF? Or are they split between the two forces?
Let me put it to you this way. In Sudan now, there are two roads. One road that is pushing for continuation of the war until the army succeeds. And there is another force that says, let us stop the war now and get into the table of negotiations. Whatever war that was there in Sudan before, we were fighting in South Sudan 50 years. There was no military success. The only success was through the table. So the majority of the Sudanese, I can say 90% of the Sudanese, they are not supportive of the army, are not supportive of RSF. They are supportive of cessation of hostilities. People wanted the war to stop so that their children can go to school, the hospitals will open and they can get medicine, they can go and cultivate their lands. We in Sudan, we want to cessation of hostilities. There is no, if we support the RSF, it is not solving the problem. If we support the army, it is not solving our problem. They were living together before this war. The Rapid Support Forces and the army were working together, talking together, playing together, fighting together. When they fought over our land, this is when we had problems in Sudan. We are looking for cessation of hostilities in Sudan so that people can go to their normal life.
Okay, can we go for an ad break? I have two more very important questions I need to put to you before we wrap up for the morning. So please stay with us.
Okay.
Head with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
The kitchen, the heart of the home, where memories are made and celebrated. Our go-to place for those freshly stacked pancakes early in the morning or for the late-night snack munchies. We are in there together, cooking, eating, and celebrating life together. Let's keep the kitchen a place that is shared by everyone, where we build stronger bonds and grow together. Sunfoil, Now We Cooking. Visit nowwecooking.co.za for recipes that everyone can help make.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Hey, Gulam.
Yeah?
Did I return your lawnmower last month?
No, bye, you didn't.
Oh, no. Now what'll I do? I wanted to borrow it again, man.
With Rendry Jewelers, you won't have to borrow or lend because the prices are so well trimmed on all gold and diamond jewelry. Alternatively, we could remake your old jewelry into a brilliant new design. Visit Rendry Jewelers at 151 Stevens Lamini Road, Musgrave, Durban. Rendry Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
After the recent attacks on Gaza, many families have been displaced with their homes left destroyed. Through your donations, our teams are on the ground in Gaza, providing support and delivering necessary aid to families affected. The people of Gaza need your help. Give hope. Donate today to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573.
We are here on the ground with many appeal organizations in Gaza.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
Welcome back. We are talking with Dr. Abdul-Karim Elgoni. He is a Sudanese political commentator. He's based in Johannesburg, and we're talking about the ongoing strife in Sudan, where we've heard that civilians are being killed ruthlessly by both sides, the army and, of course, RSF as well. The all-important question then, Dr. Elgoni, is al-Bashir in hiding? Is he waiting for the tensions to simmer down before he resurfaces? Or do you think that once this war does end, when it ends, that Sudan will be ready to go for elections and democratically try and get a new government in place?
Al-Bashir was taken to prison during the rule after the revolution when Hamdok was the prime minister. But the problem is, 1 hour after the fighting between the RSF and the army people went to the prison and released al-Bashir and all the other about 20 of them of his regime who were arrested and put into the prison awaiting trial. They are all out of prison. Some of them have left Sudan to Turkey. Some of them, I think they said they are in Egypt. We don't know where al-Bashir is, but generally they are fighting to come back to power. And this is one of the things that the Sudanese are trying by all means to prevent. What we are hoping for is this. There is a group of civil society members who coalesced together and formed a coalition of civilians called Taqaddum, chaired by the previous Prime Minister Hamdok, who is calling for cessation of hostilities and negotiations between RSF and the army. And there is another group also found about 2 months ago that is called Qimam, also asking for cessation of hostilities. So we hope that all the forces that are looking for cessation of hostility and stopping the war through negotiations will come together, and with the help of all the regional powers. As you know, the African Union, the European Union, the Americans, the Saudis, the Emiratis, the Arab League, all of them are asking for cessation of hostilities. It is unfortunately a few groups who are in the army who are insisting they continue on fighting in Sudan. We hope, as even South Africa, it's pushing for cessation of hostilities. We are looking forward that the forces that are working to stop hostilities in Sudan will succeed in stopping the war and bringing the army and RSF to the negotiating table.
So to Hamdok's credit, he is pushing for a cessation of hostilities. And I'm going to then wrap up by asking you this question. We heard there was a statement released by the army last Thursday that a former rebel group aligned with the army have said that the RSF had raided and set fire to 17 villages in North Darfur, killing or injuring hundreds of people. It's accused the force of ethnic cleansing, and that's the operative word here. I'd like to hear your comments. They are being accused of ethnic cleansing, akin to the violence the RSF is accused of committing in West Darfur last year. Given that scenario, do you believe that we could see a cessation of hostilities in the near future?
My sister, war is war. We are not expecting the warring parties to give each other roses. We are just expecting the warring parties to give each other and the people on the ground bullets, fire, and destruction and death. There is nothing expected other than that. This is why we, from day one of this war, we are standing with cessation of hostilities, because we know there is no good that will come out of the war. And all wars have never been successfully ended through battlefield. It all ended on the table of negotiations. What you have said in West Darfur is possible, because this is what is happening everywhere. I hear the same, that the army have pushed people in eastern Sudan out of their villages. And those news, there is no corroborating evidence about it, but it is possible. And the RSF has been accused during the time. At that time, it wasn't called the RSF, but at least those forces were accused during the time of al-Bashir of ethnic cleansing. This is why al-Bashir is now called by the International Criminal Court for those ethnic cleansing and war crimes in Darfur. So it is possible. For me, I am praying day and night, 5 times a day, that Allah gives us our minds back and we stop fighting each other, because there is no cause for it. You see, if you look at the war in Gaza, for example, there is a cause for it. There is an occupation force that the Palestinians have to set out of their land. There is a cause and there is a fighting. And the suffering can be understood. But the suffering in Sudan cannot be understood. It is just people fighting each other for the sake of the cares of power. And who is suffering? It is we, the Sudanese people, who are suffering. As I am talking to you now, we are working now on collecting humanitarian support for the displaced people, Sudanese. There is more than 1 million Sudanese in Egypt, more than 1 million in Chad, half of them in Central African Republic, 1 million in South Sudan. There are a huge number in Ethiopia. All our neighbors are having Sudanese refugees. We are now working to see how can we reduce the suffering. We have been speaking about cessation of hostilities, but it seems the people who are holding the guns are not listening to the civilians at all. So whatever we talk about, there is nothing we can do other than support people and pray that this war stops. I hope that we will also communicate with you so that you assist us in the work that we will be doing here in South Africa to collect some humanitarian aid to the Sudanese refugees.
Inshallah, Ameen. Dr. Abdul-Karim Elgoni, you are the chairperson of the Sidra Institute. You're also a political commentator. Thank you indeed for your insights on the situation in Sudan. Nice talking with you. I do hope the next time we talk, you will be telling me that there is finally peace in Sudan. Jazakallah. We keep you all in our du'as, and salamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much, and I look forward that next time we will speak about the peace in Sudan. Thank you very much.
Ameen. Thumma Ameen. It is exactly 9:26 a.m. News and Views moving along. We are now going to obviously be taking a listen by introducing the Fired Up series with Hafiz Imran Chunara, and his topic today is truly very, very powerful. In fact, all these topics are powerful, but particularly today, I think it will resonate with a lot of people. And he talks about taking personal responsibility for our lives. And that, of course, is by Hafiz Imran Chunara. He is the CEO of Africa Muslims Agency, and he also does a Fired Up series with us right here on Salam Media every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So let's take a listen to that.